Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Rwagnation League Grand Prix here in the F2 cars of France. I'm Ben Raggan McConnell, and joining me on the caster's desk for the first time this season, a very familiar voice, Jamie M. Caster Elder. How you doing?
I'm not too sure, man. How are you?
I have actually missed those words. I have missed you. I have missed those words, but I'm glad you are here to join me as a one-off, because obviously King Kodiak is normally here. He's just not feeling very well today. So we thought we'd give him the day off, let him rest up, get himself better, especially given the current situation of the world. Get well soon, Mr. Kodiak. However, we have 20 drivers on track today in a wet French GP in the F2 cars. Who do you want to go on board with for, well, to give us a little pole lap?
First of all, you say it's wet. They're on soft tyres.
Oh, yeah.
So it is that
raining, but not
rain.
Yeah. Oh, we've lost one. Marquez has already retired from the session, so let's go with.
I'm currently with Rexon, but I can go.
All right, we'll go Rexon. We'll go Rexon. Good shout.
You say they just lost the back end, so looks like we timed that quite well to watch Rexon.
He caught it. It's all right. He's lost a bit of time, but he's all right.
This is ice skating in F1 cars, with four wheels and a massive engine strapped on the back end of you. Which is not pretty. He's doing a bit of weaving. I think he's just trying to get some heat in the tyres, which not obviously you do it on a qualifying lap. It just shows that you had no heat in those as you came into that braking point, and just sailed on through the corner.
Yep, indeed. Well, Rexon's trying to keep the car on track. Absinthe is doing much better than that. He's currently up at the front. He's going through Rainbow Road, as we call it. Very well known for its mega crash we saw one time with Rainbow here. I don't know how he lost it there, but he did. Absinthe currently sat on pole with Bottas Gang chasing him, Cryptic hunting for P3, Roshko P4, Piloto in P5, and the rest of them are a little bit further away. Are you sticking with that? Are you going to go with Absinthe for pole?
It's looking that way, isn't it? But he has got a little lead. I can see on my little track map that he does have a tiny lead. 2, 3, and 4 are quite close. So anything can happen with those ones. So we're coming up to the last corner for those lot. We're on board with Rexon, who's not quite at the last corner yet. Now he is. Looks like Absinthe is going to take it. Bottas then. Piloto two teammates. That was close.
Very close.
Ties disqualified.
Yep. That's a invalid lap that's caused him to get that, so he will start very far down at the back of the grid alongside Overspeed, it looks like. Not sure if Overspeed had a DQ. It doesn't show that he's got disqualified, but it does suggest that is exactly what happened. Yep, so your rundown is Absinthe in P1, Bottas Gang P2, Piloto P3. Now, Piloto is someone who usually gets on the top step. Well, at least in the qualifying, sorry, he usually gets pole position, but today he's not quite got it. He's much further down than I anticipated. I mean, granted, it's still P3, but he is a second off of the fast pace. But the rundown, yeah, it really is. The rundown at the end of the qualifying, though, is Absinthe, Bottas Gang, Piloto, Cryptic, Roshko, Aviator, Default in 7th, Lando's in 8th, Furball 9th, Raggy Jr., my son, good job making it to the top 10 in P10, with Rexon there getting best of the rest, with Raymond Duck P12, Tiger Jr. 13, Nixana 14, Hat of Lapis 15, Jeb in 16, Marquez 17, Hardy in 18th, and then you have Kai and Overspeed, Hardy, Kai and Overspeed all got a DQ for invalidating. But yeah, I mean, look at it. You know, when the track is damp like that and you're on dry tyres, it's kind of expected that that's going to happen, you know?
You just want to be facing the right way as when you put the power down. This is now looking more like what we kind of expect. Nice blue sky, sun beating down on this track. Paul Ricard circuit. It's been around for many years. It disappeared probably before the vast majority of people watching were actually born. Back in... How long ago was that? I think it disappeared probably late 90s, possibly even mid 90s. In fact, maybe even earlier. It's been around since 71, so it is a long. This track's been around.
It's quite strange. I mean, it's changed a lot, hasn't it, over the years? You know, the layout is so easy to adapt, especially the chicane, the sort of middle of that back straight. It is if you take that out, it is by far the longest straight to have existed on an F1 circuit.
It used to not be there back when it was originally in. That there was no chicane there. It was a straight over. Yeah. Things have changed a little bit now, and that's there. But
we've got a lot of cars not moving off the start. What's happened here? That is a lot of cars not moving, unless there's already been contact which has caused them to reset to the track. Marquez is the back of these, then you got Jeb, then Tiger Jr., and then, oh, my son's in there as well, Raggy Jr., Rexon and Furball, they're all up there. So these guys are going to be cold to start with. However, Absinthe and Bottas Gang Piloto, the front three, who are all on hards, by the way. 8 laps around the circuit. You'd have thought that, you know, mediums or softs would have been suffice, but no, hards are the tyre we've chosen. Let's see if they can deliver them.
Xana's doing some brake checking on the back straight. Not sure what's going on with him. He's a bit out of position from where he should be actually driving, but I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what they can do in terms of the tyres. Maybe they're going to go late. Do you expect them to stop, or do you think they're going to try and take the full thing on hard tyres?
No, they're absolutely going the full thing on hards. You know, the fact that they're all on hards means that the pace is now equal, so no one's going to try any sort of like sneaky little undercut or whatever. The problem you have with the F2 cars is the pit stops are nothing like the F1 cars. The pit stops here will take such a long time. It literally isn't worth pitting at all unless you physically cannot drive the car. That's the only way you should be having any sort of wing change. Oh, Lando's! Oh, that's a rotation, but he's caught it just enough to keep away from the wall. But yeah, a little bit of a spin. Oh, there's contact. Who's that? Was that Tiger Jr.? No, it was Overspeed. Yep, and he's about to be just driven through the DHL sign. How did they not get reset to track?
Ravenduck's taking lines that he was taking yesterday in the no rules, I think, by those things earlier. Yeah. He was just sort of going way off track. Wasn't even close. Hopefully, for his sake, he's recovered now, and he's ready to go. Have you recovered from last night?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any repercussions, so I'm all right.
You're a young man.
I'm sure. Yes, I'm nothing in like some of the others here. Right. The start is about to get underway for the F2 feature race. Remember, we have a sprint race following this, which is a few less laps. I think we have 5 or 6 when it comes to the sprint race, but this is a French circuit. This is Absinthe leading us away with the lights on. And it's go time here in France. Absinthe gets a really solid start. Bottas kind of gets bogged down. Cryptic is looking for moving. He's already off into the wall. That's he's out of the race. Big contact. Nick Sander's gone as well. He just got caught up on it. There's so many cars that have been in serious damage. Roshko's stuck in there as well. Jeb's managed to avoid some of it. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. That's a drive-through penalty for Jeb for a jump start.
Maybe that... I don't think he caused it. He looked like he was sat at the back. He looked like he started and stopped and then went off later. But what's done is done. No safety car, I don't believe, actually exists in F3. So, well... this would be a safety car situation, but we are still racing here. Jeb with the drive-through right down in 15th, really struggling with that car. He's squirming all over the place, is Jeb.
Yeah, well, Landos is trying to keep up with Aviator, who is still looking for default. Default is actually, a big wobble there from Landos. That's caused him to lose it. Bottas Gang is going to try and take that position. Landos is going to have to just slot back in again. Does get a penalty for cutting that corner. I mean, he completely ignored the chicane because of the fact that he'd lost the rear end. So he's caught it and kept himself out of damage.
Hardy, Tiger and Osby 3 wide as we come up towards turn 10. Who is going to concede? Who's going to win? It is Osby. Double overtake there for him. And big drop from Hardy. No, Hardy didn't move, sorry.
Oh, wobble there. That's Tiger Jr. Just lost the rear a little bit. It's still going though. In fact, both the Univirtuosi drivers lost control of their car. And this is allowed Hardy. He's already passed 1. He's looking to get past the 2nd if Overspeed does make a mistake. He's already looking for the inside line. Is he going to get it? It's going to be tough unless he can hold it all the way around, which he hasn't decided. Oh, Overspeed's run deep. Might come round. You don't want to be on the outside for this final corner, which he's realised. He's looking for the cutback. Oh, he was close. Oh, a little bit of a nudge. Nope, that was just a bit of a lag, that's all. Hardy's still there with Overspeed, but that's not going to change anytime soon. I want to keep an eye on Avia, who's still, despite what the timer says, he's not actually that close to default. He's still got a bit of a gap. And the top 3 seem to be running away.
Well, there's a battle in the Tridents. Ravenduck versus Furball. Ravenduck's run wide on the exit of turn 2 and loses a place then to his teammate, who sails on by. And, where there? Rexon's forgotten how to brake, and Furball spun as a result, and he collected his teammate Rexon with a move that even Danny Kivat will say that was a bit too much. I don't think Rexon realised he had to brake for the corners.
Well, we have a little drag race going on at the back on the home straight. Aviator is in some serious trouble. He's got Bottas Gang and Lando's Milkman coming up to the same area as before, where we saw Lando's make a mistake. This time, he's kept it under control. But Aviator's lost so much pace, and Bottas Gang is really pressuring him now, trying to find a way through. I don't think... Oh, there's a wobble! That's a mistake from Bottas Gang. He almost ended up ruining his race there. He's lost a position or two to go with it. 3 places lost. Kai Baccini's now up to P7 on the back of Raggy Jr.
Kai's up 12 places, absolutely storming out there today. He's got a chance on Raggy Jr. It's going to be difficult to find an overtake in this sector, but if Raggy Jr. like that takes lines off the track, Kai might be able to send one down the inside going into 12. Thought about it, but these corners are so long that you have to wait for them to make a mistake like that to even have a chance. Ooh, Kai nearly collects in the rear of Raggy Jr.
Yeah.
Is he going to look for another move here? No DRS just yet, so...
Oh.
Raggy's well off the line.
Oh, Bottas Gang is at his moment. He's span again. That was contact with Kai. I mean, he was trying to get down the inside, and I think it was more than fair from both drivers. Just as a result, you only have so much track, and it ran out. DRS is now enabled. The times on the left should now be accurate. And if you look at where default is, he is breathing down the neck of Absinthe.
Yeah, Floater Pan just pulling away. 1.2 seconds is the lead outside that DRS zone. Who's not outside the DRS zone? Aviator and Lando's Milkman. Lando's going to go past potentially. No, he's not. He's the defensive line. But Lando's looking for the switchback through turn 4. And now at turn 5, he's going to have to try something if he wants to make... Well, that's one way of making the move. Yep. Nudge your opponent out of the way. And Raggy Jr. says... Ooh, almost says, I'll have that position. But he can't find a way through.
Oh, that was close. He almost blocked Raven Duck and then Furball.
Kai.
Good.
Kai's just taken both of them. Raggy and Lando.
He's made it through already, before we've even made it to the chicane. They're already through. Oh, there's been a mistake as well. Default, he's had a bit of a collision there with Absinthe, and that's, again, another rotation. I don't think there's any damage on his car. He's all good, but Kai Baccini's coming up to the back of Default. I don't think Default's going to have an answer to this.
No, potentially not. Movement going on all over the place. In fact, there's a battle going on for 17th and 18th on the home straight. As Raggy Jr. is trying not to hit the back end of Lando's Milkman. No one's putting their punches, are they, here?
No. Oh, I thought that was going to be another punch that was going to be delivered there to Lando's, but no. Raggy Jr. Oh, a massive lockup there. That's not going to help his tyres at all. Keeping them in check. Tyre temperatures here can get absolutely crucified if they are not looked after correctly, and locking up like that will really increase those temperatures.
Yeah, Kai has stormed his way up. He's on the edge of a podium as he stands, sniffing down the back end of Default. He's up 15 places, is Kai. He's showing he has got raw pace, but has he picked up any penalties? I think he might have got one. I can't remember. I know Jeb had a drive-through, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Bottas Gang and Overspeed have swapped places. He's now up to P8, trying to work his way towards Wrexham, but it's a 3.8 second gap. We have got Raggy Jr. making moves on Lando's Milkman. This is going to be a late dive down the inside. Oh, there was almost contact, but they kept themselves away from each other. A little bit of a touch there, but still no damage so far. Everything's clean enough. Lando's is defending that line. This can give Raggy Jr. the inside line should he want it, but ultimately, you don't want to go just yet. You want to go now. This is the opportunity to push. There's the detection line and the activation line. Don't run too wide. It's right here. So now Raggy Jr. should be able to pass with ease. There's not going to be a great deal that Lando's can do about it other than just slot behind him, try and utilise the toe as Kai Baccini's looking for Default.
Yeah, he's all over the back end of Default's car. As Lando and Raggy almost swapping back immediately, but Kai, where's he going? Which way is he going? He's going to go right. He's going to the right.
Well, the defending.
Go for it. Through Rainbow. That's going to end in tears through that corner.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to happen, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, the line, it's a tight line through there. To hold it that angle is very, very difficult. So, I mean, to be honest, the fact that he didn't get any damage is a blessing, really. Raggy Jr. still under pressure from Lando's Milkman following his overtake he did earlier on that back straight using DRS. Raggy Jr. is in trouble now. This is the area of the track he seems to be struggling in. He's actually following suit with me because that's exactly the same area that I really struggle at. Raggy Jr. defending quite nicely though. Now coming into the final corner. Thank you for that. Raggy Jr. needs a good exit. He's got one. Overspeed Lando's does have DRS though. This might be Raggy Jr. losing that position one more time. I think it is. Could be all changed in the braking zone though. Raggy Jr. is coming into it. just about holds into the inside, but doesn't have the position. Kai gets a 2-second penalty. Landos has gone off wide. That's a very, very much a wide off track. And Raggy Jr. still alongside him, side by side throughout. Who's going to get the better line? It looks like Raggy Jr. wins, but now he's going to be under pressure again because of the DRS.
Well, he went very deep into the corner as well. It wasn't a better line. In fact, Lando knocked up, allowed Raggy Jr. to go so deep into that corner. Neither of those two had a good corner. Lando's squirreling all over the place with that back end. Rexton is in that DRS as well, so he's going to look to make a move on one, if not both of these on this straight, potentially in the braking zone. Rexton's eyeing up Lando's, but he's not going to go for it, and backs off very early.
Default and Kai, actually, they've been having a right battle. Kai's back ahead now of Default. Rushgo sets the fastest lap with a 1:46.125, and Default's challenging Kai. We saw what happened last time we were on this exact part of the track. Oh, big squeeze there from Kai. Just about gave questionable amounts of room. I don't know whether or not it was too much, too little, or what, but Kai's holding P3. Default's looking for an inside line. Kai's got a better run, and that means Default stays where he is.
Bottas had a little spin. I believe it might have been a contact with Overspeed. I can't confirm that though. I just know that's who he was battling with at a precise moment in time.
Oh, Furball. Alright, straight down the inside of Aviator. Oh, they've come right back at it again, and Furball has gone back to P10, but that was a really solid run he just did there. And
Jib has had enough of the race, unfortunately. Left the session, down in 17th. It's not going to be his day today. As Rexton's eyeing up Lando's Milkman. He's not going to get it. Just didn't get the power down off the corners. Regner picks up a 2-second penalty for his troubles down in 13th. Not going to be a massive effect on his race. Who knows what can happen in his last few laps here.
Yeah, it's true. So Reg Jr. still being pressured by Lando's Milkman. Jeb has managed to return to the session. Roshko's pit and gone on soft and been on for 3 laps. I didn't even notice that, but that would explain why the lap time came in so easily. Default still all over the back of Kai Piccini. I don't think Kai's going to have an answer to this. Default's got the much better exit through there. This is allowing him to get a much quicker run up to the back of him, especially with DRS being wide open now. There's no ERS here. This is all about raw skill and DRS and the toe, and there he goes straight up now into P3, but the gap is getting quite large between P3 and P2. Default's ran a bit deep into there.
Oh, Lando! Lando's lost it in braking. He broke far too late. Nudged the back end of Reggie Jr. and he's going to lose a place for his troubles. Fortunately for himself, he doesn't pick up a penalty. But anything that happened there, he definitely lost time, and he's going to be alright though. Now he's got Overspeed's 4 seconds behind him, and he's now just got to reset himself and try and push back up to Rex and Reggie Jr. But could all now at the end of the day, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Not sure what that's for.
Yeah, I don't see what could potentially have caused that. There was a car in the pits. That was Tiger Jr. He's just gone into a fresh set of hards. With only 2 laps to go, they could probably have gone soft, to be honest, and taken that to the end. Default is still under pressure from Kai. I think this is going to come down to that back straight and whether or not somebody's going to be able to get the better toe and just pull away. Right now, Kai Piccini is in with a good chance. He can control this. Now, if he stays with Default and just keeps in his DRS range. Oh, that's a late move. That's Kai just braking so late. Went straight into the back of Default there. That was lucky to not get any damage, to be honest. However, it stays as it is. The battle will still commence, and I am looking forward to seeing this scrap down the back straight.
Yeah, there's a scrap going on behind as well, as Rexon just picked up a 2-second penalty for his troubles. Don't forget, Kai's also got a 2-second penalty, so if Raggy Jr. can up his game and close up on to the back of Kai, you might be able to leapfrog him. He's just on the edge of taking that position. But if he does lines like that through turn 60, he will not be getting there.
Oh, here comes Kai. Default's in trouble. There's going to be no response here. There's nothing he can do other than just wait now. Default actually, I think Kai may have made his move a bit too early, if I'm honest. I think he was trying... Oh, that might help him a little bit there. That penalty there from Default. I know Kai's got one. Default's right in here, look. He's trying to get back again. There's no room, but he could get him going into Rainbow Road. Kai's in trouble. Kai's trying to hold the inside. Default knows I need it, but now he's in real trouble because he's got such a tight line, and we saw what happened earlier, but somehow he's kept his car on track. He's still in with this fight as Kai comes across, waiting to hold the defensive line if he needs to, and then Default coming in deep. Oh, that's a move. He almost takes Kai out of the track, but no damage still. Still no damage on either car, and this is incredible to see how they're doing this.
Not sure the legality of that move by Default,
no,
but
I don't think so either.
That was just that. Oh, there's a gap. I'm put my foot down and brake even later. Use you to slow me down a little bit, and this is all helping Rexon and Reggie Jr. But yeah. Rexon himself definitely has a penalty. Reggie Jr. I don't believe has one. As we're on the final lap, as Kai's looking to make moves again on default, he's closed the DRS.
Yeah, he made the right decision there, but he's all over the back of him. It's very aggressive, just constant rubbing non-stop. Needs to be careful because if there's a mega collision, words just didn't want to come out there. If Kai has a mega collision into the back of default, that could end up with some serious problems for him. But this is the run. This is the bit that matters the most now. Obviously, we are on the final lap. If Kai can get the exit through here, which had a bit of a wobble, might get the tight run. Pressure might get to him, but it looks like he's kept his cool, kept it all under control. Has default got the exit he needed? Because it looks like that gap might be just a bit too big.
But it looked tight from both of them, but Kai is going to close up. 3 tenths, 2 tenths, 1 tenth. Brake check! Last late breakers, and it's neither of them. They both collided once again. Little nudges going on as Reggie Jr. picks up a 2-second penalty. Default still ahead. Kai's trying to hold that back in. Last few chances coming up. We're coming up to turn 10. There are only 15 corners on this track. Is he going to go for it on any of these, or is he just going to go, you know what, I'll sit back and take it? He does have a penalty though. So does Rexon, so we'll see how the check flag falls for these guys. Piloto Pandro will take the win, barring any problems he has on the final 2 corners.
I don't think he'll be having any issues, if I'm honest, looking at the current gap that he's got to Absinthe. The only way he'll have issues is if he's got penalties. I don't think I've seen his name pop up once here in that bottom left-hand corner, although we are about to see it now as Piloto takes the win, Absinthe takes P2, and the battle for P3 is going to be decided by penalties, and it's going to be, has Default had less than Kai, or are they matched? It looks like
had 2.
It's Default who wins.
Yeah, Kai holds on to his P4 despite his penalties. Rexon takes 5. Reggie Jr. 6. Ladders went with 7th. Overspeed from across the line, a little bit behind in 8th. Aviator is not going to get past Furball, and that's going to be the end of the battles, I believe.
Yeah, no more battles to be had, just people trying to get the cars to the finish line. We're a little bit spread out as we go around. Ravenduck will be in P12. But remember, when we go from the feature race to the sprint race, the top 8 are flipped and reversed. So where Overspeed is now in P8, he will start the race in P1 next. So that's in the sprint race. Remember that only the top 6, I believe, top 8, sorry, get points out, in the sprint race, in the top 10 in this one, but top 8 in the next, and they get reduced points. So it's very difficult to bring it back. Absinthe, though, could very easily do this. Obviously, he got the fastest lap in the qualifying, so he gets those 4 points there. He also gets P2 here, so the gap has actually been dented slightly a little bit between him and Piloto, but Piloto will still be in the lead.
Yep, well, Joe with a little bit of back end slide as he's coming towards the line to be P15. And up next up with Tiger, then Hardelapis, who's on our way. Despite, there's a manic start, wasn't it? Everyone all over the place. I kind of missed half of it. I just flipped to a different camera angle, and all of a sudden, there's a car flying.
Yep, I'm not sure either, but we have got Hardelapis who's making a way to the finish line, and the feature race will be over now. There it is. So, sprint race coming up. Any predictions for the 1, 2, 3 in the sprint race?
I haven't got the foggiest.
The thing about the flip the reverse of the grid really makes it so hard to predict anything, because it's purely, you know, damage limitation, making sure you don't get involved in any collisions that you shouldn't get involved in. That's honestly the main crux of it. And we saw a mega crash straight away off the start, and that ultimately was what kind of dictated a few of the drivers' pace today. But here is the rundown at the end of the first race. So Piloto takes P1, didn't get any penalties, along with Absinthe, who also didn't get any penalties, and he also got fastest lap, which I've only just seen. So Absinthe has had 6 points of a qualifying and his race pace that's helped bring that gap even closer to Piloto. Yeah, I think he said it was 1 point. I'm going to check in a second. Default P3, Kai P4, Rexon P5, Rag Jr. P6, Lando's Milton P7, Overspeed P8, Furball P9, and Aviator getting the final point. And where that stands over the weekend is exactly as Amcasa said, 1 point between Piloto and Absinthe. So the final race really does make a massive difference, and that fastest lap in the second race could genuinely make a huge impression.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to those two. They're going to be battling for each other for the win here today, or this weekend, should we say? And it's looks a bit more overcast, but it's still dry. I don't believe you're going to get changeable weather in 6 laps, 7 laps.
I think it's 6. It was 8 in the feature race, so I imagine it's going to be, because obviously it's slightly reduced. Surely it's going to be around about 6.
That would be my guess, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's either that or 7. Just chuck numbers out. It's fine. It'll be one of them. We're just waiting for Nick Sarnett to choose the strategy going into this race. Now, obviously, it is a sprint race. The emphasis being sprint, so there's a possibility that we might need to watch out for this. Overspeed is going to be leading us away. Let's have a look at the tyre strategies. Everybody is on softs. Good. So will help us out a little bit. Do you think Piloto can bring it back and get onto the top step again? I mean, it's going to be a really tough race. Absinthe was like 2 and a bit seconds behind Piloto, but the difference maker is now is this is a track that has huge DRS zones, and lots of tow opportunities, and because there's no... it's only 5 laps, so it's even harder for him then, because it's such a little amount of time, little amount of lap times to be able to actually deliver, and that sky does not look too promising. There may be a little bit of drizzle coming in later.
I don't know how unpredictable the weather is in such short races, but it's going to be interesting to watch for these guys as they are now trying to warm those tyres up. Jeb's done a little bit of slippy slidey out there. Yeah, I can't see Absinthe and Piloto not getting to the podium. It's whether or not they will be top step or second step, and I reckon one of them will be on, one of them will be just off.
Yeah.
It's going to be that close because Kai is a quick racer. He is in a good position to take a podium, if not the race win here today. And I think he had a bad qualifying, so he started really low down last race, climbed his way back up to P4. It was in the end, I think. So he could be one to watch for a podium as well.
Now, I think the hard part now is going to be whether or not Kai or Default can just get the best start. Whichever one of them gets the best start, I think is going to be the one that makes the biggest changes. Oh, we've had a car off track. Who's that? It's not Hardy. Who is that?
It's just been reset, whoever it was. It was a red car.
Yeah, I'm trying to find... Is it Kai?
Oh, it's Default.
Oh, it is Default. Wow, okay. I'm not sure what happened there then.
Well, he's going to be starting... Well, he's starting the grid as a few more cars get reset.
Yeah.
That's Jeb and Tiger, I believe. Not the end of the world if you get reset.
Not, especially not this late into the formation lap. If you do have the opportunity to keep it clean enough, it means your tyres will be able to stay warm. But if you do in a sort of collision, ideally you want to do it towards the end of the formation lap so you get removed right then and there. And you keep your tyre temps up nice and comfortably. But here we go then for the final time in the F2 cars. We will have the F1 cars following this, remember, so it's not over yet. Here we go. Overspeed to take us off the start here in the final F2 race. Will he get the start of dreams, or can Lando's Milkman really make it work? Here we go then. It looks like Lando's may have got a better start. He looked like he was quicker off the mark, but Overspeed has got a really good start, and so has Raggy Jr. already in for a move. Look at this. He's up to P1 before we even get to turn 1. He's going to hold that line. He's in to the lead of the race.
Ravenlock's just taken an interesting racing line through the first corner, and...
Oh, it's contact.
Oh, big contact. That's Jeb. Oh, no, you're looking further up. I'm looking towards the back. Jeb and Bottas have just had a little ping-pong together.
There's a lot of squeezing going on here, and I can see Aviator is holding the inside line quite nicely. There was a little touch there. That was Furball getting a bit of a clip there, I think, from Hardy, but nothing to worry about. No damage on either car. No real race impact has happened right now, but Default is in trouble. He's trying to recover the start that he had. It went wrong quite drastically, and now he's down to P8. Bear in mind, he was right there on the back of Kai Bacchini, and Kai Bacchini's already making places. Overspeed's lost 2 places. Kai's up to P3. Going to look for a better run through the corner. Overspeed looked for the cutback, just couldn't get it, and that's brought him down to P5.
Patrick down in P10. Nightmare of a start.
Yeah, lost 2 places from the get-go. I mean, they are all pretty bunched up still. So that was close. There was very much nearly a orange and pink car collision there. Whoa, who's that? Who is that? Aviator. He's gone straight off. Yeah, he's really just shot off the track. I mean, he's bringing it back. There's still more collisions going on. That is Roshko getting involved in an incident. Not sure whose fault that was, but no damage. Oh, that was nearly Lapis getting reversed into. That would have been Daniel Ricciardo-esque kind of moment. But Cryptic and Aviator, the two teammates, are currently sat P12 and 13. Cryptic really needs to bring something out here.
I'm sitting on board with Default. He's looking to make moves here on Rexton. Trying to box him in. Overspeed's moved across to defend. Well, back to the racing line now, but Default's getting boxed in. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go past them both? Or is he going to go past neither? He's got past one. He's got past Rexton.
Yeah, Rexton's going back. Look at this. Look at the speed he's got out of there. And he's also got a little bit of a toe there from Overspeed. Now, is it going to be holding the line through? Try to... Default's right back in there again and immediately... Oh, there's a big collision there. Piloto got sent off.
Championship over.
Yep. Well, there might be a collision here. Oh,
no,
that was...
He's patient. He's patient.
Yeah, that was scary. There's a big battle going on further afield. I've just seen it in the background. Rexton's hunting for Default. Default's trying to get the move done on Overspeed. There's no DRS yet. We only have one lap to go before that happens. Rex is looking for the inside. Oh, wow, is he going to get this? This is going to be a hard braking zone. Default's up. There's Overspeed. I thought he was going to get it. He does get a 2-second penalty, and Furball's in here as well.
Absinthe and Kai and Lando were all battling at it. Kai went very deep into turn 8. Lost himself a chance to go past Lando, but he's made it stick. Absinthe took advantage of that, nearly coming past Kai. And he knows he can lose out because he's made a mistake and Lando's back up to P3. This is crazy.
This is very intense to say the least. Greg Jr. is not out of the woods yet though. He's got Cavaccini closing in on him and DRS is activated next lap. They are very much within that and he's going to have a train of cars behind him too, and that's where all things can go very wrong for him. So bear that in mind as Greg Jr. coming through the final corner.
Oh, nudges. Lando and Absinthe, nudges going on back there.
Yeah,
big nudges.
Default's trying to find his way back into this. He's done well to recover. I mean, bear in mind, he fell to P8. Well, Kai's just got a 3-second... sorry, he's just got to set the fastest lap. It's Nick Zana I saw who had a penalty due to a collision. We've seen a pit lane speeding there from Rexon. Nick Zana's retired. Interesting.
Is that on track retirement? Or is that a pit lane?
In the pit lane. Absinthe. Oh, he's ran deep. Oh, there was contact between Landos. No, little slight touch, but no damage. They are still side by side. They are really taking this all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean,
even Kai's here, look.
Kai's now clear of Absinthe, which is good. So he can now focus 100% on Raggy Jr. He's got the DRS down the back straight. 2 tenths.
He's going to flick it. Yeah, he is.
It's not really a flick, but it's cool, calm, collected.
Oof.
And it is through to P...
Oh no, contact! Raggy Jr. span him, he's trying to correct him. There it is. The correction has been really... And no damage! After all of that, no damage. But look, this has backed the pack up even more. Now Absinthe, Landos and Default are all here. And Absinthe is up to P2. He's somehow fighting his way through. More contact, but Kai is clear now. He has an opportunity to run away with this. Raggy Jr. and Absinthe are touching. Raggy Jr. is back up to P2. The hand gets raised from Raggy Jr. as he gets a little bit of a tickle. And he's still there and he's not over. And Absinthe's going around the outside.
Well, Raggy Jr. looked up, went into the side of Absinthe. That's what the arms were up for. Big crash!
Oh!
Big crash. Wow. I'm quite happy I was watching that because that was monstrous.
That was
the only way to describe that crash.
That was enormous. And what we thought was going to be race win contenders, is now not race win contender at all. Defaults into the pits, missing that in-play on the right hand side.
Those might have championship in his grasp at the moment. It's all going to come down to seeing exactly how the points lie at the end of this. As Cryptic goes past Hardy.
Well,
Panjan needs what? Top 8?
So Piloto's currently not in a points position. I can't remember who is P3. Because ultimately Absinthe was the battle for the overall weekend win. And that's now out the window. That's gone. There's no way that's coming back.
P3 the first race was Default because he was battling with Kai.
Yeah, and he's out of the points by quite a large margin.
He's out. He's not
yeah, he's gone.
This could be Kai's.
I don't think Kai, because Kai was P4, sorry, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Kai can get enough points here to be able to put him at the top.
How many did you get for the win?
15, I believe.
Then he'll be on 27.
Which is perfect. He'll
Enough.
actually win. That'll be enough.
Could come down to fast lap.
Oh.
Sorry. Is it 2 points or 1 point?
2 points for a fastest lap in this.
So, Peloto really hopes that he can get the fastest lap if he hasn't already.
But if he gets fastest lap, that'll just well, I mean, he also, if he can get into P8, he'll get a point as well. So if he can get P8,
Cryptic has fastest.
Yeah, Peloto really needs to figure this out. I don't think he knows how much trouble he's in. He has to get the race fastest lap. Marquez is getting a 2-second time penalty. Although I don't think Peloto has penalties, and I think Overspeed might. But that still doesn't bring him close enough to Hardy in order to take that final points position, because P8 is the final points position in the sprint race. As Overspeed running a bit deep, Peloto read that quite nicely. Looking for the inside line, it's not going to get it. He's now stuck on the outside for the final corner. The toe is there. He's actually giving him a little bit of a nudge there. Come on, Overspeed, I need you to go faster.
As Cryptic has gone faster past Rwagnation, as Rwagnation had a bad start, but he's recovered it well. He's up to P7, where he was up to P6 a moment ago. But now he's down to 7th in his battle to get some points here today. Penalties are flying in left, right and centre. I can't even keep track. So many.
Yeah, well, I'm keeping a very firm eye locked on the front row of the grid so far. Obviously, Kai and Lando is currently sat P1, P2. Is a 1.3 second gap between race leader and P2, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon at all. I'm looking around, the battles have sort of calmed down a little bit. Overspeed is still here with Peloto, just kind of hanging in there for DRS. But actually, looking at this, Peloto, he's in with a chance. He's coming up towards P8, which is Hardy. 4-second gap currently. There's a... Oh, who's that off the track? That's Aviator. He's facing the wrong direction. This is going to be drama on the final lap because Peloto is not yet out of this. He could very much get the opportunity to pass them. There's P8 there, so that's 1. P7's right there as well. If he gets P7, he has secured it, I think.
Well, that'll be 2 points. That won't be enough. With the early calculations say it won't be enough.
If he gets the fastest lap as well to go with it, then that'll be...
He's not going to get fastest
that would be it, but currently, yeah,
now.
no, he's not going to get it. Absolutely not going to get it. Look at the gap.
And it will come back to countback,
5.
and Kai will take it on countback. Because he's got a first and fourth.
Let's quickly go up to our race leader, Kai Bicini, as he comes across the line to take the win here in France, the final of the F2 races. Furball jumps to P2. Cryptic's gone P4. We're waiting for penalties to be applied.
Bottas has lost it. Peloto's taken P7, P6!
He's going to win!
That spot!
He's actually going to take it. Oh, he's down at P7. Oh, I don't know.
Heartbreak.
I don't know. We need to see what the final standings looks like, but Peloto was in P6 coming across the line, but Hardy's managed to regain that position, I assume by penalties. Peloto in P7. What is the overall weekend result? Does anybody know?
Answers on the postcard, please. Well, we've now got to wait for a few more seconds for Rexon and Default to cross, and we will find out shortly who's got it.
Oh, what a race that was. That ending was so close. I honestly couldn't believe how close it was to Peloto getting that win. There's Kai Bicini, who managed to get the second round win. I need to see it. I'm going to have to go and look at it right now. Let's go and see. Well, here's the end results at the end of that race, which was Kai Bicini in the win, Furball P2, Lando's Melon P3, Cryptic P4, Rwagnation P5, Hardy P6, Peloto P7, and Aviator getting the final points position with Roshko getting best of the rest. Then Bottas Gang, then Tiger Jr., Overspeed, Marquez, Hat of Lapis, Jeb, Rexon, and then the DNFers were... Default finished as well, but then DNFers were then Absinthe, Tiger Jr., and Nixana. But then the weekend result is...
It's a tie.
Peloto technically on the top, but he has tied. So we have a joint winner for the overall weekend. I think that's the first time we've had that in the F2 cars. I don't recall seeing that ever.
You're welcome.
What a race between the two of them. And then Absinthe gets the, well, I guess P3 technically, P4 Landos, P5 Default, P6 Furball, P7 Rexon, Cryptic P8, Reg Jr. P9, Rwagnation P10, Overspeed P11, Hardy P12, Aviator P13, Roshko P14, Bottas Gang 15th, Tiger Jr. 16th, Marquez 17th, Lapis 18th, Jeb 19th, and Nixana on 20th position. Oh, wow, that's the way that one, that cookie crumbled. But don't go anywhere because we will be getting ready for the F1 cars very soon. And I've got a nice little hype video to play for you in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.